we're going to shift into the lore corner.
Lore corner.
We're going to continue. Lore corner. We're going to shift. We're going to continue to talk about Savathun for the next couple of weeks. Kind of reading all over the place. We are. I want to be clear. We are using Ishtar Collective's curated section as kind of a guide here, because those probably are the most essential pieces. And just when a story is spread out across 6 or 7 years, it's very challenging to get it all in one place. And I think these guys have just done an amazing job at it. So shouts to Ishtar Collective, helping me in my lore research. We were originally going to do a whole Savathun episode, but then I realized I needed to fill like 6 more weeks of lore corner. So you're gonna get her, and you're gonna get some stuff. The exorcism should be happening here pretty soon. We're gonna hopefully get some more lore out of that. And yeah, we're going to have some packed weeks leading into Witch Queen, so I'm kind of trying to get it out of the way now. So I'm not like, oh, well, we'll do it before the Witch Queen, and then get overloaded with information, like I have done famously multiple times in the past. So this first one is from the Truth to Power book of Forsaken. Asud M. Now, the Truth to Power book are messages from that are supposed to be from Eris, but it's really Savathun impersonating Eris to the Guardian. She pretty much admits as much in the book, and trying to get us to do her bidding, essentially. You must be terribly confused. I'm sorry I couldn't be more help. After I crashed, I rebooted on a safe physical backup in the Dreaming City. It took me too long to penetrate Quaria's simulation and get you free, and I ask for your forgiveness. I understand what's happening here. Oryx took the Ahamkara Riven, who then fell into Savathun's claws. She devised a scheme to use Riven as bait. By inviting guardians into the Dreaming City, then focusing the will of a group of powerful guardians upon Riven, she tricked you into making a wish. A desire to alter objective reality to conform with our subjective need to save the city. Riven fed on that wish in order to breach the Dreaming City's defenses and invite Dul and Karu inside. Dul and Karu and her Taken are simply scouring the city for awoken secrets. You don't need to fret a greater agenda. Remember that you face an agent of Savathun. It's to her advantage to make you see schemes and conspiracies everywhere you look. The 3-week loop must be a fail-safe measure to keep Dul and Karu safe as she pursues her mission. In a sense, this entire city has been rendered deterministic. Only paracausal guardians have any free will here. The Awoken have been touched by greater power, so they are aware of their preordination, but they cannot alter it. I'm certain Aquaria is behind this loop as a Taken Vex. It's capable of pathological subversions of reality. I'll continue working on a countermeasure. I've been correlating information on the Ahamkara and hive worm parasites. Both display a peculiar ability to convert the host's intent into an anamorphic reality-altering effect. Both use similar language. I just lost my... It's so much. Both use similar language in their appeal to the host. I don't think they're the same species, however. The hive worms spawn large numbers of young form free, relatively few adults, always display the same physical form, and live in communal groups. The Ahamkara is solitary, elusive, and seem to alter form to suit or confuse expectations. The shared syntax, O blank mine, may be the key. It seems to be a shibboleth used to invoke an anamorphic effect, placing the target in a cage of O, activational, specific, appealing, and naming, and mine, defining ownership and subordination. Ahamkara and worm may have evolved separately to exploit this effect, just as many species independently evolve eyes. This may place them in competition for the same ecological niche. I would expect a rivalry or antipathy between them. Don't be led astray by Quaria's misinformation. You must continue to hold the Dreaming City as long as you can. The things I said to you about black holes and the purpose of guardians were forced on me by Quaria. I'll be here when you need me next, I promise. Transmission ends. So, that's terrifying.
Yep. Terrifying. Scary. Don't need that.
It's not great. No, not great at all. That is the actually the begin. It's one of the pieces in that book. I don't think it's. I'm trying to determine where at in the book that it actually is, and I don't know. But anyways, that is that's one of them, kind of showing the cunning of Savathun in a lot of ways. to put it mildly, it's showing her cunning.
Right.
So the next one we're going to read is also from Forsaken, from Season of the Drifter. It's called Stolen. It's from the Stolen Intelligence book. Isn't it? Hang on. I may have opened up the wrong thing on accident.
Uh-oh. Josh opened up the wrong tab. Wrong lore.
Hang on. I want to make absolutely certain.
Hold on to your butts.
Before I open this up. Nope. This is the right one. Sorry. This is why we follow Ishtar Collective. This is one that doesn't really talk about Savathun specifically, but it implicates her without naming her. Obviously, Anor does not know who Savathun is at the time when they're writing this book. But basically, this is going to confirm that Savathun is indirectly responsible for Cade's murder. Mm-hmm. Following the events of the Red War and the recent loss of the Hunter Vanguard, current acting Vanguard leadership has struggled to define its function and role within what is an otherwise largely egalitarian and self-governing body of active Guardians. Much like the current popular perception of the Awoken Queen, we have failed to adequately respond to questions about our integrity, competence, and unity as we have grieved the loss of the Hunter Vanguard. The Vanguard was never intended as a governing body of authoritarians, nor does it function as such. But in times of turmoil and uncertainty, people rightly look to figures of strength for guidance and support. Neither the Titan Vanguard nor I ever intended to become politicians. We are warriors first and foremost, and we no longer feel that we are able to serve as such. In the spirit of honest self-reflection in the face of justified skepticism, we have begun to discuss the possibility of stepping down to invite new leadership into our place, as well as the general merits of disbanding the Vanguard entirely, largely because we believe this crisis of identity will plague anyone who steps into this role. We recognize this is ill-timed, and we endeavor to involve the consensus, the Guardians themselves, and all other interested parties in the discussion as appropriate. I specifically invite the Hidden to closely monitor the situation without my involvement. Should you agree we are doing more harm than good, please do not hesitate to take whatever actions you agree are necessary. Regarding the open Hunter Vanguard position in the terms of Cade's dare, the situation is unprecedented. We are able to trace the chain of culpability back to its first link. I believe we would be obligated to elect a hive god to our council. So, they've confirmed it's Savathun, essentially. Our current inclination is to caucus with the hunters to debate the beliefs of opening the position to any interested and well-qualified hunter. Such a debate is, of course, contingent upon the continued existence of the Vanguard itself. We will make an effort to convene the hunters as soon as possible, but this group should be well aware that the most credible candidates have fled the tower in anticipation of such a debate. All right, sorry, had to take a phone call. We are actually going to end Lore Corner there tonight. I'm going to save the third one for next week.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I want to save the next one for next week, and then we'll get into that. But just kind of some things to ponder. That Savathun's been behind basically all of the things that we've gone through in Forsaken, Shadowkeep, and obviously the seasonal events of Beyond Light. She's been behind basically everything that's happened. I mean, we knew Savathun was coming back in Vanilla Destiny 2 with Savathun's song, and we've obviously reached the pinnacle of it this season with her talking to us through a rock. So,
yeah.
Yeah. There's not much left. That should be hitting its end here. Not this next reset, but the week after. February 1st is when we're projecting it to finish.
Cool. So, I'm excited, dude. I'm so excited to see what's going to happen